Absenteeism is when you don't show up for work. Presenteeism is when you show up and you're not really there. You're just not listening. You're right. And so I got through my executive career for the first 17 years by just smiling and nodding and really not listening to anything anybody was saying. And I was really good at smiling and nodding. And I don't know what it is more, but I can pick things up really fast. And I can do so. I think I probably spent, they say that on average, people who struggle with depression and anxiety, you miss like 35% of your productivity. Dude, I do not get that at all. I
Me
mean,
neither. I'm like 135% productive.
it makes no sense to me. Like on my best day as a CFO at Kaiser in the Northwest of our care system, if I had only lost 35% of my productivity, man, that would have been a great day. I was just an absolute mess. So my workplace experienced me as aloof.
Mm.
In those meetings, sometimes I might ask repetitive questions and pretend like, you know, on the other hand, I held it in all day. It exploded at home. It was not, I'm not married. I have an ex-wife,
Uh-huh.
and marriage and divorce is a two-way street, right? It's a bilateral, two people make a relationship work and not work. But, I can't imagine what it was like to be married to me because I would hold it in all day.
Uh-huh.
And I would get home and sometimes I could be such a son of a bitch to Sandy. I remember when I was when my oldest son Herschel was 7 or 8 years old, and I'd come home from the hospital. I was the CFO of our hospitals at that point, and I came home and he said something, and I just exploded. And he looked at me and he said, "Dad, why do you yell at us so much?" And that was like this. That was such a poignant moment that I didn't know what to do with. Then it hurt so much, and it made me worse, right, emotionally for a while because I hadn't been diagnosed yet. But that's how people experienced me. I could really be a aloof son of a bitch. That's it. Oh my God. That is it. You know what? I've been trying to think about how do you describe it? People experienced me as aloof son of a bitch because I was aloof because I wasn't listening, just smiling and nodding. And when I exploded, I was an SOB. I exploded at the president of our company. I've exploded at everybody. At one point or another, I've lost.
Was it because you were a smart, competent white man that you got away with it? Do people think, oh, well, he just really does know what he's doing?
Oh, so check this out. So if you think about a lot of the behaviors, not behaviors, but the way I just described myself,
Uh-huh.
if this was like high performing executive podcast, I might have described myself like that too. Right. So, it was, from a leadership work perspective. I think it's like you find ways to fake things. Right.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I learned how to say stuff like, "Hey, can you say that again? I'm not sure I'm thinking about your question fully. Here's my favorite thing. Hey, ask me that question again. I'm not sure I heard you full. And I want to make sure I'm thinking of it. Dude, that thing is magic.
It's magic.
It's
People
magic.
think you're so
We'll probably use it on you at some point in this podcast. That was the question. Or, here's the other one. Here's the best one. You ready? What do you think we should do? What do you think? Yeah. Okay. Lovely. Why? Why should we do that? Yeah. Okay. So easy.
What's hilarious is you've sort of just described, there's this like multi-million copy selling book called The Coaching Habit, which is all about leaders not telling people what to do, but coaching. Those are the questions you're meant to ask. See?
One of the reasons, so people ask me like, how the hell did you survive all those years? Right.
Yeah.
I think one of the reasons is I was I was blessed to go to work at Kaiser Permanente. I haven't worked
Mm.
there for 3 years. It sounds like I mean, I've probably brought this company up 4 times in this podcast, right? I bleed blue. I still feel like I worked there because the leaders that were around when I was there, the Donna McClellans, the Cynthia Finters, the Leslie Margolins, the Artie Southam's, the David Lakes, they were naturally psychologically safe and facilitative leaders. So
Wow.
they modeled for me uh, appropriate, facilitative, and psychologically safe leadership behavior. So then I would watch how they led and mimic them. And by mimicking them, I was just leading in a calm way, but I was literally just mimicking these beautiful leaders that I had that helped guide me along the way.